Here we are at the end of September of 2021. We have just finished the harvest, the grapes have been picked, and the young ports have been laid to rest. 2021 has been a year that was marked by what was a wet winter. We had 10% more rainfall than average, but it was the mild temperatures that led to us having an early bud burst. We recorded bud burst on the 6th of March. It was an early start to the season. On average, we record the bud burst on the 14th of March, so the vines started their growth very early on. But March was dry, and following the wet winter, this was very welcomed by the vines. But when April came along, we had some regular showers of rain, which replenished the water reserves. But this rainfall came at regular intervals. So 2021 is a season with low disease pressure, which was very welcoming after some more challenging years that we've had recently. The rest of spring and the early part of summer, the season continued ahead of the usual in terms of the growth of the vines. Flowering occurred in the beginning of May, again around the 5th of May, and we were already looking to a season which was bound to be early. The middle of June was really dramatic in the Douro Valley this year. Between the 12th and the 18th of June, we lived under a permanent threat of thunderstorm. The weather was heavy, it was hot, it was humid, and across the region, we experienced a number of very serious hailstorms. It was dramatic. We calculate that nearly 10% of the vineyard area of the Douro was affected to one level or another of damage from hailstorms. Fortunately, at our Fladgate Partnership vineyards, we were not affected, but we did have a few of our suppliers who had tremendous amount of damage. And living that period day after day, not knowing whether you're going to be the next victim, was very dramatic. And that is certainly a concern for us, and we have seen this become more frequent in recent years. As we turned into the ripening part of the season, between July and September, we were confronted with a much milder July. If we record 2020, we saw the hottest July ever recorded here in the Douro Valley. So it was refreshing to go back to more normal temperatures. And this more milder weather continued into early August, but the hot weather came in the last fortnight of August, helping to finish off the ripening of the grapes. And in fact, one of the aspects that marks 2021 is that we have gone back to a bigger gradient in ripening between the vineyards south-facing, lower to the river level, compared with the vineyards at higher altitude. And that is something that in the last 5 seasons we have not seen. We have been encompassing the whole region ripening at the same time. And that was very welcoming. So when we started the vintage on the 1st of September at Quinta da Rueda, and a few days later, on the 5th of September at Vargelas, the grapes that were coming from those vineyards were beautifully well ripened. September was also marked by 3 incidents of rain that have affected the 2021 harvest. The first rain that we got was on the 2nd of September. It was really a small thunderstorm, and that was quite welcome for a number of vineyards which hadn't quite reached their ripening level. So between the 5th of September and the 12th of September, the ports from the lower altitude vineyards came in beautifully and have made some very nice ports. And on the 13th of September, we had our second period of rain, but this was more intense. We received 30 millimeters of rain up at Vargelas, 20 millimeters at Rueda, and in Regua, it didn't rain as much, 10 millimeters. And this was a significant amount of rain, so we stopped the harvest for a couple of days and let the vineyards recover. But the weather came bright, and between the 15th and the 24th of September, we had some very good picking days, and we made ports with a lot of fruit and a very good quality. But unfortunately, with this third set of rain that came this September, on the 24th of September, it marked the finish to the great ports to be made this year. But we were right at the end of the harvest, and we only had very few grapes to pick, and that characterizes the end of the 2021 season. The ports from 2021 are marked by the freshness of fruit and this very pleasant acidity. And this is welcome after the 2020 harvest, where we had so much thickness, bit of ripeness. This freshness of this year has been a welcome relief. These ports are very attractive, and they're going to stand out for the intensity of aromas and this beautiful fruit that they have.